Even as we grieve, we give thanks for this most faithful life. I am deeply aware of this great inheritance, and of the duties and heavy responsibilities. In the wake of Andrew Mountbatten, Windsor's arrest, something completely new and unexpected is happening. Inside Buckingham Palace, King Charles is quietly handing over more power to Prince William, and this is creating a serious problem with Queen Camilla. Reports say that William has given her an ultimatum while Kate is working extremely hard to manage the crisis. Meanwhile, Camilla has started openly pushing back about being pushed aside. This situation is not just royal gossip. It is really about who actually controls the future of the monarchy. Today we are going to look at the ongoing power shift, how Prince William is stepping up and taking over, why King Charles is pulling back, and how Queen Camilla has surprisingly become a roadblock to modernizing the royal family. We will talk about ultimatums, behind-the-scenes battles, and a plan to pass the crown that is moving much faster than anyone expected. Let us get into it. The crisis that changed everything. February 19, 2026 was a huge day for the royal family. On that day, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor was arrested, which caused a major shake-up in the way the royal family is structured. Prince William is now right at the center of this change. Having prepared for something like this for years, people close to the royal family say that William has been quietly making moves and is basically already running the family, even though his father is still king. Royal commentator Maureen Callahan told the Daily Mail, "Charles seems to have basically handed over the crown already. He prefers not to get involved in these kinds of issues, even though they are threatening the future of the monarchy." This shift did not happen all of a sudden. It has been building up for a very long time. William saw the problems with Andrew long before most other people did. According to Russell Myers, author of William and Catherine, palace staff warned about Andrew's behavior years ago, and William paid close attention to those warnings. After Andrew's disastrous 2019 BBC interview about his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein, William told both King Charles and the late Queen Elizabeth that Andrew needed to be pulled from royal duties right away. Myers noted that William warned senior royals that not acting fast enough could do even more damage to the monarchy's reputation, and that protecting the monarchy had to come before protecting family relationships. At the time, William's warnings were mostly ignored. The Queen, who wanted to protect her son, was not ready to take strong action. Charles, who was still the Prince of Wales at the time, felt torn between standing by his mother and worrying about his brother. But William kept pushing and warning that public trust in the monarchy was barely holding on. Now in 2026, everything William was worried about has come true. Andrew's arrest for allegedly leaking private government documents to Epstein is exactly the kind of scandal William had feared. With his father now as king, and dealing with health problems from ongoing cancer treatment, William's opinion now carries much more weight. Sources say that William has been a key part of all major decisions about Andrew over the past 6 months, taking away his titles, evicting him from Royal Lodge, and cutting him off completely from the institution. This is not just Charles acting on his own. It is William leading the whole strategy. King Charles's health and the sped-up plan to pass the crown. King Charles III became king in September 2022 at the age of 73, making him the oldest person ever to sit on the British throne. He waited longer than anyone else in history for this moment. But his time as king has been full of challenges. In February 2024, just 17 months after becoming King, Charles was diagnosed with cancer. The type of cancer has not been shared publicly, but he started treatment right away. Throughout 2024 and into 2025, he kept going with his cancer treatment while trying to keep up with his royal duties. In March 2024, there was more bad news. Princess Kate announced her own cancer diagnosis after having surgery on her abdomen. The Princess of Wales, who is married to the next in line for the throne and is hugely popular, stepped away from public duties for several months while going through preventative chemotherapy. According to Closer Weekly, King Charles is thinking about handing over some of his responsibilities to Prince William by 2025 or 2026. A source said Charles is a stubborn man and has waited his whole life for this role. But some people believe William and Kate will be taking over the throne in 2025 or early 2026. Charles has not officially said he plans to step down, and palace officials have denied any talk of a fast transition. But the way things are going tells a different story. William is taking on more and more responsibility every single month. In 2025, King Charles gave William and Kate the authority to issue royal warrants, which means they can officially endorse brands and products on behalf of the crown. This might sound like a small thing, but it is actually a big transfer of power. Past kings and queens have always kept this privilege very close to themselves. Even more importantly, William is gaining control over big decisions about the monarchy's future. He is not just the heir anymore. He is acting as a real partner in decision-making with his father. In some cases, he appears to be making the main calls himself. One royal source told News International Charles is not only helping William step into his potential, but is also guiding him to make smart choices during this crisis, knowing that the future of the monarchy rests on the Wales family. The unspoken truth is that at 77 and battling cancer, Charles knows his reign might not last long. The plan to pass the crown is not some far-off future event. It is happening right now. William's modernization plan and corporate-style overhaul. Prince William wants to completely change the way the monarchy operates. His ideas are very different from his father's, and from decades of royal tradition. William wants the monarchy to be run more like a modern business. He believes this will make it more answerable to the public. Royal sources say his plan focuses on clearer rules and responsibilities inside the monarchy. This means he wants less power sitting with old-time courtiers and more openness in how decisions get made. William has already put this approach to work with the Royal Foundation, the charity he runs with Kate. This foundation has a chief executive, a board of directors, clear goals, and shares updates with the public. He plans to use that exact same model for the monarchy. In a conversation with Canadian actor Eugene Levy in October 2025, William said, "Change is on my agenda," but he also admitted it would not be easy. The challenge is bringing about gradual change in an institution that is supposed to stand for continuity. One former royal aide compared the monarchy to a jar of Marmite, noting that while the label has looked the same for years, the stuff inside has changed many times. William knows that any changes have to be subtle enough not to upset the traditionalists while still making a real difference. William's approach will be similar to how he manages the Duchy of Cornwall, the large estate he inherited when his father became king. People who know how he runs things say he often questions old ways of doing things. One insider said, "Accountability is at the heart of everything the prince and princess do. They want the monarchy to be known for doing good and making a real difference. It must be fit for its purpose." But there is a problem. Not everyone in the royal family supports what William is trying to do, and the biggest pushback is coming from a completely unexpected place. The Camilla problem: friendship, loyalty, and royal tension. Queen Camilla has become an unexpected obstacle to Prince William's plans to modernize the royal family. This conflict involves Sarah Ferguson, the ex-wife of Prince Andrew. According to Radar Online, Prince William has gone too far by criticizing Camilla over her friendship with Sarah. An insider explained that William believes the only safe move is to cut all ties with Sarah and Andrew completely. He thinks this clean break is the best way to protect the royal family's image. This matters because Sarah Ferguson is mentioned in the Epstein files released by the U.S. Department of Justice. While there is no proof she did anything wrong, the Emails show she had contact with Epstein and appeared to ask him for money when her businesses were struggling. In one message from October 2009, she writes to Epstein, "I urgently need 20. Although the full amount is not clear in the message, these emails have connected her to the controversy. William reportedly feels that Camilla's friendship with Sarah is causing a serious image problem. He thinks that if the Queen is friends with the ex-wife of a man caught up in a massive scandal, it makes the monarchy look bad. But Camilla disagrees. She thinks it is unfair and unnecessary to end a long friendship just because of guilt by connection. Camilla and Sarah have been close friends since the 1970s, long before either of them joined the royal family. Camilla values loyalty above almost everything. The situation got even more heated when Camilla played an important part in the October 2025 decision to strip Andrew of his titles. Reports say Andrew was working against her efforts to support victims of sexual abuse. This showed Camilla taking action, but doing it on her own terms, not William's. William wants a complete and immediate cut from anyone connected to Andrew. But Camilla prefers a more careful approach that takes into account both the royal family's needs and her own personal relationships. This disagreement has caused a very visible crack between the future king and the current queen. One source told OK magazine that Sarah Ferguson believed Camilla would still show her some support, even if it were just being seen out in public together. That support never came, leaving Sarah feeling abandoned by the Queen. Kate versus Camilla, the real power struggle. William and Camilla are butting heads over strategy, but an even more serious problem is brewing between Kate Middleton and Queen Camilla, and it is very personal. Sources from the National Examiner say that Princess Kate is working around the clock to fix the damage from Andrew Mountbatten, Windsor's recent arrest. This has caused brand new tension with Camilla, who now feels even more threatened than before. An insider revealed that Camilla does not like Kate getting involved and that the two have always had a difficult relationship. Now Camilla is accusing Kate of making her and Charles look weak and incapable. So what is Kate actually doing? She is stepping up to manage the crisis, working with Palace staff to shape what the public sees and hears, talking with legal advisors about how to handle the whole situation, and making sure that William's plan for handling the scandal gets carried out. Camilla feels that all of this makes her and Charles appear weak, as if they cannot handle things without help from the younger generation. The source said she thinks the last thing Charles needs is for Kate to make it look like he needs someone to come in and rescue him. King Charles sees it very differently, though. The same source said that he actually defends Kate whenever Camilla criticizes her, saying Kate only wants to help. But Camilla remains angry and visibly irritated whenever Kate walks into a room. This tension has been building for years, but the whole Andrew situation has made it explode. When Andrew was arrested, Kate, not Camilla, was the one seen standing beside William at public events, showing calm and strength. Kate was also involved in making decisions during palace meetings when coordinated statements were needed. Things got even more complicated when people started calling for Charles to step down because of the Andrew scandal. While these calls are not getting a huge amount of traction right now, their very existence shows just how shaky Charles's position really is. The National Examiner source noted that many people believe Camilla should be more understanding and supportive during this time. It is very possible that Kate and Prince William could end up on the throne sooner than anyone expected. Camilla is in a really tough spot. She either has to stand her ground and fight for her role as queen consort, or step back and accept that the power is moving to the next generation. The Ultimatum and William's final authority. In late February 2026, a serious standoff erupted between William and Camilla over her friendship with Sarah Ferguson. William reportedly told Camilla she had to make a choice: either publicly put distance between herself and Sarah or risk doing serious damage to the monarchy's reputation. This was not a polite request. It was a firm demand from the future king directed at the current queen consort. This moment marks a huge change in the balance of power at the palace. Normally, the heir to the throne does not give orders.